Alright, so one of the biggest downsides to changing how the controllers attach to the Switch 2 tablet are that a lot of the older controllers that we had before that worked with our Switch 1 will not work with the Switch 2. For example, on my Switch OLED, these are probably some of my favorite Joycon alternative controllers, and they will not attach to the Switch 2. Because they have to slide out of the original Switch. These are really cool. They're by EasySMX. They have RGB. They feel more like a traditional controller. The only upside, I guess, is that they can connect wirelessly to the Switch 2 if I really wanted to use them as just like a wireless controller. But I can't. Because of this leaves us with far fewer options of controllers that can attach to the Switch 2. I am, however, happy to announce that one of my favorite mobile controllers and Switch controllers does in fact work with the Switch 2. Now, I'm sure some of you guys saw the ROG Xbox Ally and how the controllers basically look like Xbox controllers on the edge of the original ROG Ally. The Gamesir G8 wireless offers pretty much a similar experience to that, and this will mainly work with the Switch 2 because instead of sliding or magnetizing onto the system, this just has to wrap around the tablet like it would on a phone. Now, this is possible mainly because the G8 is one of the few controllers that actually expands far enough to work with a small tablet, an iPad, and in this case, the Switch 2. Now, Gamesir in the past was kind enough to send me the G8 wireless Thanos edition, which is basically this controller, but with a Marvel reskin, and it looks absolutely beautiful. It's got the Infinity Stones right there. Pretty freaking awesome for a Switch 2 controller. For right now, I do have to ignore the button layout because this is set to the Xbox button layout, but mentally I know what buttons do what. If you really cared that much, you could probably go in and change the buttons up around and have them on the actual Switch 2 layout. As far as pairing goes, it's really easy to pair this controller with the Switch 2. You would hold the record button and then hit all 4 of the face buttons here. It'll start blinking red, searching, head to the change grip order screen, and then just start spamming away. And there it is. You are now connected. Now, this is a wireless controller, but as far as inputs go, I don't feel any significant delay that is annoying or even noticeable. I feel like I'm playing just as I would with the normal Joy-Cons attached to the system. It's just far more comfortable because it's like holding a traditional Xbox controller or a Switch Pro controller. The only main drawback is that this is a tad bit heavier than holding the actual just normal Joy-Cons because you're adding a whole controller attachment to the back of this, to the sides of it. So obviously it's going to be a little bit heavier. This also works with the controller detached or away from the system. Obviously there's nothing connecting this together, so you can just use this as a traditional controller. You can see I'm controlling it there. And this even serves as an extra controller if you need one, if you have people over and just need another controller. The Gamesir works for that as well. But yeah, that is the Gamesir G8 Galileo wireless. You can also remap buttons to the back of this. It even allows you to take the face plates off and change your sticks. It comes with spare sticks that you can use. If I wanted to put the Thanos version of the left side of the controller on here, I could. So there's a lot of customization options here. But yeah, there you have it. The G8 wireless, the G8 Galileo wireless from Gamesir works really well with the Switch 2. One of my already favorite mobile controllers works great with the Switch 2, so that makes me really happy. I have an alternative to the Joy-Cons, which, because they're flat, get really uncomfortable after a period of time. These will probably get uncomfortable as well, just because they're heavier, but they will be more comfortable to hold while you're playing. You will likely see this controller again in future videos. I just thought I'd share that this great controller actually works with the Switch 2, since there aren't that many options as far as more comfortable alternative controllers to the Joy-Cons right now. So hopefully you guys found this useful or entertaining. As always, I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.